Hi viewers, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's tutorial, we'll be learning on how to align a V-shaped asoke to a bubu dress. So I'll be taking my neck depth of 7 and wideness of 4 inches. Then I'll just take the shape of the V shape. This is actually the front. The back is actually a high neck. So once this is done, I'll take off my tape, then cut this out. Okay, I actually use my tape to place so I can get a very sharp V-neck. Okay, so once this is done, I'll go ahead and slanten the shoulder. Okay, so this is it. So I'll just go ahead and spread open to show you exactly how the V-neck is on my Ankara. All right, so once this is done, now I'll indicate the middle part of this. Okay, I'll just go ahead and indicate the middle part. Okay, reason is because when I will place my asoke, it has to stay at the middle. All right, so this is my asoke. Okay, this is exactly what I have. So this is it. So at this point now, I'll place my asoke folded. I folded it into two, so I'll place it this way, then give a spacing at the upper side, then come to this side. Okay, you can go down with about 12 inches depth, then slant it this way. It all depends on how long you want it to be, how lengthy you want it to be. Okay, so I'll just slant it this way. I'm actually using my chalk to rule exactly how I want it, okay, before I'll go ahead and do whatever I want to do with it. So once this is done, I make sure every parts are equal. Then I'll just use my hand needle at this point now to secure them. I want them to really be equal. All right, I'll use my office pin to secure. I want the black facing each other, the red facing each other. I wouldn't want it to shift at any point. Okay, so this point now, I'm actually pinning them together because I want everything to really work out fine. Okay, so I will pin until I get exactly at the top. I get it to the top and exactly what I want. Okay, so now I will pin. If you notice, I'm actually pinning it one after the other because I want everything to really align perfectly, okay, to give me that nice and perfect look that I want. All right, so at this point now, this is actually the last part. So once this is done, I will go ahead and cut it out. I'll go ahead and trim it out, but leaving about half an inch behind my pin. It's okay, so I'll just go ahead and trim them all out. I'll just go ahead and trim them all out. All right, so once this is actually done, I'll keep it aside, then cut a facing for the front. Okay, so this is actually a facing for the front. All right, so because the facing is actually very important, I won't be using the lining to turn this because I want it to really have a nice look. So I folded my Ankara fabric into two, then place my front to this, take exactly the shape of the neck at the front. No, it's actually a sharp V shaped, so I'll just take it this way. So then come down to the downside and cut it out like this. All right, so once this is done, this is what we have for the facing. All right, it's just a duplicate of the neckline for the main fabric. So now I'll go ahead and stitch my asoke. I'll go ahead and stitch it exactly the way it is. So once I'm stitching, I will go ahead and remove my pins. While I sew, I remove my pins. Okay, all right, so this is exactly how I'll go ahead and sew and stitch. I wouldn't want it to shift for any reason. Okay, so this is it. All right, so this is exactly what I did to achieve a very nice V-shaped asoke. All right, so at this point I'll go ahead and take off my thread. Then when I spread open, this is what I should have. Okay, before I'll go ahead and give a very nice press. Alright, so this is exactly ready. So I'll go ahead and insert it on my Ankara bubu now. I'll go ahead and insert it, making sure it's actually equal. The sharp V is actually facing the main neckline on my Ankara material. So I'll just go ahead and attach a pin around it. Okay, then now I'll use my facing now to sew this. Alright, so I will introduce a facing to this. Okay, so at this point now I'll go ahead and sew this. I'll go ahead and sew it together, which is my Ankara fabric, the asoke, and the facing. So the facing is actually on top of the two. Alright, so I'll make sure I actually make this, making sure that the V-shaped neckline actually facing each other. Alright, okay, so this is it now. So I will sew till I get to the top. Okay, alright, so once I get to this side, I'll go ahead and stitch, take off my excess thread. Then I won't forget to notch the middle part, okay, because when notching the middle part, it helps it to sit perfectly. Alright, so this is it. I'll go ahead and notch this part. So after notching the middle part, I'll go ahead and top stitch on the facing side. Okay, I'll go ahead and top stitch right there. Alright, so I'll just sew right at the facing side. Then once I get to the middle side, just the way I did, I'll have to turn my sewing machine, my fabric on my sewing machine this way. Alright, so that every part of this neckline will sit perfectly. Alright, so once I get to this side, I'll take off my excess thread. Alright, so this is what it looks like. So we are not really done with this. So at this point now, I'll go ahead and bend this tip this way to align with the middle part. Remember I marked a chalk to indicate the middle part, so this is it. So I'll use my pin now to secure this. Alright, so once I'm done securing this, I will still go ahead and use my pin to attach every part of this on the body of the Ankara, because it really needs to sit perfectly on the Ankara. So I'm actually checking the middle, the joining at the middle, making sure that everything is actually perfect before I go ahead to use my pins to attach, to pin it on the main fabric. So this is it. So once this is done, I'll also pin on the upper part, trying to hold up everything, all right, to make everything to sit perfectly. All right, so this is it. So I'll just introduce a pin all through on the dress before I'll go ahead and stitch. All right, so it's actually very important for me to secure them. If not, it might shift, it won't be at the middle anymore. All right, so once this is done now, I'll just place it on my sewing machine, then make sure I stitch right at the tip. Okay, the tip, which is the tip of the black, I'll just stitch like this way. I'll make sure I stitch right at the tip. Okay, so it will look very neat, it won't look as if it's actually sewn. All right, so just make sure I stitch right at the tip. So if you notice, I'm actually arranging my fabric while I sew, so I'm actually approaching the middle part at this point. So I'll have to take exactly the shape of the middle part, then turn my fabric. Okay, make sure every part of this is actually very okay and perfect. Then I will just sew right at the tip. Okay, so once I sew, I'll take off my pins. Okay, so this is exactly how I made this beautiful piece. Right, so once I get to this point now, I'll go ahead and stitch this way, then take off my excess thread. Right, so this is what I have at this point. Okay, so this is what I have, but that's actually not all. So once this is done now, I will just go ahead and take this by facing behind the main dress, use my pin to secure them before I give a very nice press on the neckline. Okay, so this is it. I'm actually using my pin because at this point now the neckline will be thick because of the asoke. All right, so it will be actually thick because of the asoke. So we'll just go ahead and pin this way. Go ahead and pin up the neckline, making sure that all the facing is actually behind the main dress. Okay, so you don't have to actually pop up from the upper part, you don't have to show from the front, so everything needs to be inside. So once this is done now, I'll just turn up my main fabric. This is what I have. I'll just turn it up and trim up any excess allowance on the neckline, on the shoulder neckline or whatsoever. I'll just go ahead and trim them up before I give a very nice press. All right, so this is how the facing looks from the inside of the dress. All right, so the reason for the facing is whenever the neckline wants to show whatsoever, it will show the fabric instead of a black lining. All right, I think it's more coordinated that way than showing the black lining or any interface or whatever you use in turning your dress. Alright, so after this now, give it a very nice press. If you find this video very helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't also forget to turn up your notification buttons. Whenever I post new videos, you get notifications. Okay, so this is HP Fashions GUI. Alright, so this is it. This is the final look of this. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Bye.